As you can tell by the title and the theme week of this episode recap, this week's theme was Grease Night. How's it going, guys? It's Eric Sharkey, aka Dance with Stars Superfan, back with another video, and today we are going to be recapping week 5, which is Grease Night, dedicated to the movie/musical Grease. And we have our first shocking elimination of the season that nobody saw coming. About 9.5 years ago, when I was a sophomore in high school, our spring musical was Grease, and I really enjoyed it. I saw it not once, but twice. Also, I have some friends from my school who were in the musical at the time. I also have the movie on DVD as well, after I was encouraged by a friend of mine to get the DVD. When I started watching it for the first time, that movie was great. So the couples danced to the songs from Grease. That's right, the songs from the hit movie and the musical, the ones you remember still to this day. The songs that were featured in the episode that were in the movie were sang by John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, who made an appearance, Stockard Channing, Dee Conn, who also made a surprising appearance as well, Dinah Manoff, Jamie Donnelly, Frankie Avalon, Shanae, and Jeff Conaway. Also, Jim Jacobs, who was the co-creator of Grease at the time, was in the audience. They had an intro where it was animated just like the intro of the movie, so I felt like that was pretty cool. They also had a couple of new dancers that were featured in the opening number, as well as some other dances during the episode, including Ezra's sister Stephanie and a couple of others. And let me tell you guys, they did a phenomenal job. They did the dance lineup in order, just like the exact same song lineup in the movie. And if you guys like this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below and smash that like button and turn on that post notification bell to keep up to date on my next Dancing with the Stars content video. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. First up is Olivia and Val dancing the foxtrot to Summer Nights. When they first came out onto the dance floor, it made the judges excited, and they felt like that it was a fantastic way to start out Grease Night. All 4 of the judges praised them for their dance. It was fun, and her body contact was amazing, and Len told her that she is turning into a great dancer. So judges' scores are, there were all 9s from the judges, giving them a score 36 out of 40. Next up is Malora and Artem dancing the Viennese Waltz to Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee. Derek noticed Melora's chest needs to be a little bit up top, but other than that, he praised her for their dance. Despite the tiny problem Derek mentioned, it was still another great dance. So judges' scores are, there were all 9s from the judges, giving them a score 36 out of 40. Next up is Iman and Daniela dancing the Viennese Waltz to Hopelessly Devoted to You. Bruno said that he was dancing down at times, and I did notice he had some problems during the routine. The lines were kind of small, and he was kind of a bit stiff at times, but it wasn't a bad dance, in my opinion. So judges' scores are, there were all 7s from the judges, giving them a score 28 out of 40. Next up is The Miz and Whitney dancing the jive to Grease Lightning. I noticed he was rushing a little bit at times, but the kicks, the flicks, and the moves were great as well. But his timing was off. That's the one thing all 4 of the judges mentioned to him. So he's got to work on his timing. So judges' scores are, there were all 8s from the judges, giving them a score 32 out of 40. Next up is Amanda and Alan dancing the Viennese Waltz to Beauty School Dropout, which is sung by the infamous Frank Avalon. I felt like the dance was amazing. It was smooth, elegant, and it had a lot more charm to it. Even her legs were great as well. But unfortunately, Derek wants to see more tip over the edge from her. So judges' scores are, Carrie Ann a 10 from Len, Derek a 9, Bruno a 10, giving them a score 39 out of 40. I really thought that they were going to get that perfect score, but maybe next week. Next up is Suni and Sasha dancing to Charleston to Born to Hand Jive. I like how they played it simple while doing the iconic hand jive moves, and I really like the pie in the face during the end of the dance. You can tell all 4 of the judges liked that routine, even though Derek was confused at times during the dance, and Carrie Ann wanted her to push a little bit harder. Lastly, Len smiled all the way through. Sasha, you are now officially called Mr. Charleston. So judges' scores are, there were all 9s from the judges, giving them a score 36 out of 40. Next up is Jimmy and Emma dancing the foxtrot to Sandy. He and his wife recently over the weekend have a baby girl named Zara. So congratulations to you and your wife, Jimmy. The judges mentioned he lost his posture and his body content, but there were some praises from the judges during that routine. So judges' scores are, Carrie Ann an 8, Len an 8, Derek a 9, Bruno and 9, giving them a score 34 out of 40. Next up is Kenya and Brandon dancing the rumba to There Are Worse Things I Could Do. This dance was dedicated to her grandmother that raised her. Not only that, but this dance was also a message to all of us that she loves dance. All 4 of the judges felt like she did a great job during the rumba, and they are happy they chose her to stay in the competition. In my eyes, she was smooth, elegant, and she had some great flair to it. So just who's are, there were all 9s from the judges, giving them a score 36 out of 40. Next up is JoJo and Jenna dancing the foxtrot to the reprised version of Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee. This dance got the crowd to their feet, including Len. It leaves me nothing to say about it because it was so beautiful. With this dance, it made me smell that perfect score. So just who's are, there were all 10s from the judges, which means they got the first perfect score of that season. So well done to JoJo and Jenna. Next up is Melanie C and Gleb dancing the quick step to You're the One That I Want. I thought they had some problems during the routine because they had a tiny slip, but halfway through it, it went pretty well for them. As long as the judges praise them for that dance, I'll take it. So your scores are, there were all 9s from the judges, giving them a score 36 out of 40. Last up is Cody and Cheryl dancing the quick step to We Go Together. Fun fact, he was part of Grease when he was in high school. I love all the moves in it and some of the Charleston moves to it because it really fits well with the quick step. But they need to work on their gap and some other things that the judges mentioned that he needs to work on. And on that note, Derek felt like his frame improved. Despite some of the issues the judges mentioned, it was still a great dance to end Grease Night. Now that's what I call a showstopper to end a musical. So just who's are, there were all 8s from the judges, giving them a score 32 out of 40. Now let's take a look at the leaderboard for this week. At the top of the leaderboard are JoJo and Jenna with 40 points, Amanda and Alan with 39 points, a 5-way tie for third with 36 points, Kenya and Brandon, Melanie C and Gleb, Melora and Artem, Olivia and Val, and Suni and Sasha. Jimmy and Emma with 34 points, Cody and Cheryl, and The Miz and Whitney tied with 32 points, and at the bottom are Iman and Daniela with 28 points. The scores are actually getting closer and closer each episode. So the best dances of the night are JoJo Siwa and Amanda Klutz, and the improvement of the night is without a doubt Kenya Moore. Now let's reveal which couples who are safe and who's in the bottom 2. When they first revealed the results, I knew it was going to be a tough one. So anyways, the couples who are safe are Kenya and Brandon, Jimmy and Emma, Melora and Artem, Cody and Cheryl, Suni and Sasha, JoJo and Jenna, The Miz and Whitney, Amanda and Alan, and Iman and Daniela were the last to be called safe, which means Melanie and Gleb and Olivia and Val are the bottom 2. Derek votes to save Olivia and Val, Carrie Ann and Bruno both to save Melanie C and Gleb, so it came down to Len to make the final decision. So he votes to save Olivia and Val, which is another tiebreaker, which means Melanie C and Gleb are eliminated. Why do they always rush Len when he tries to explain his decision? It doesn't make any sense. When it came down to Iman, Melanie, and Olivia, I thought one of those ladies would be called safe, but Iman had enough votes to move on even though he was at the bottom of the leaderboard this week. This would mark the first shocking elimination of the season. Of course, I'm kind of disappointed that Melanie and Gleb had to go home because they were doing so well during the first half despite their struggles. I totally know how the fans feel about that elimination, and trust me, I don't blame you guys. I was really hoping that Melanie C and Gleb would go farther in the competition and grow throughout the competition, but it is what it is. So next week will be Horror Night. This week will be dedicated to horror films because Halloween is right around the corner. So let me know in the comments down below on your thoughts of this elimination, because in my opinion, it was kind of a sad one because like I said before, it happens on Dancing with the Stars quite often. So anyways, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Eric Sharkey, aka Dance with the Stars Superfan. Catch you next time.